I'm an idiot. Greetings, people of the internet. It is I, that Canadian fangirl. I forgot to turn my headphones on, so I was recording with no audio the entire time. Alright. This is a MCU Tier List. I basically spent a lot... Well, okay, so a couple weeks ago, I did an episode about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So this week, I'm gonna rank every single Marvel movie in a tier list. Which I already did, but it didn't record because I forgot to turn my headphones on. I don't know, break down what I did. My S tier is must watch. These are shows that are absolutely amazing and deserve the attention. A is excellent, not perfect, but a really good film that deserve, that deserve to be amazing. B is a great film. C is a good film. D is a poor film. E is bad, and F is failure. And then separate tiers for the Marvel series with I didn't want to rank, so I'll probably do a tier list for those eventually. So WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, What If, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Loki, Secret Invasion, Echo, and I also included Werewolf by Night and the Guardians Holiday Special in here because I didn't want to put those in my ranking. That will probably get its own tier list eventually. So, how did that get no. So, let's go with, honestly, I'm just gonna go through what I've already tiered and name, basically, name everything. And you know what, let's go in order. The original Iron Man, A tier. I think it's a solid introduction to the MCU. I think its casting is great. Its pacing is excellent. Like, not too much along with it. Tony Stark is great. Robert Downey Jr. basically makes that film. It is so likable. It's a great film. Actually love it. It's in the A tier. Iron Man. No, what was next? Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk, C tier. I like it. I think it's got a good cast. It's got a good. I like Edward Norton as Bruce Banner. I think he has an interesting take. I like that, for lack of a better word, they treat it like a real movie. Like, it doesn't feel like a comic book film. It feels like they're trying to have like real emotional stakes. And I love the whole vibe of Incredible Hulk. It's like, it's a perfect no, but it goes to C tier. Iron Man 2, E tier. Easily, I think it's like probably one. I really didn't like Iron Man 2. I think it's incredibly unfocused. It's got really slow pacing. I don't think it's good. Tony Stark is still amazing. I like Black Widow. I think the villain's kind of a waste. It's like, the guy could be a really cool villain. They do nothing with him, and I think it's kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. I didn't like Iron Man 2. I really didn't. The first Thor. I liked the first Thor, actually. I thought the first Thor was really fun. Like, I think the first Thor had some really good characters. I like the cast. The videos in the first Thor are great. I think it's really funny. I think it's really entertaining. Yeah, I really like the first Thor. It's easy C tier. I like it more than the Incredible Hulk. So yeah, C tier. Captain America: The First Avenger. It's a fun movie. It's a straightforward war story with I like. If you're watching in timeline order, it's taking the first movie, and I think it does a great start for the timeline. I think Captain America: The First Avenger is just as good as all the other Captain America movies. It's fun. I really like it. Easy A tier. I like it more than the first Iron Man. Easy A tier. Before I move on, I will say this about the first Captain America. I went to New York in 2011 with my high school class, and they had a section of Times Square basically roped off because they were filming Captain America: The First Avenger no one was in Times Square, but they had it sectioned off because they were about to start filming. So I always loved Captain America for that. That I was in New York, in Times Square, where they filmed that ending scene with Chris Evans and Sam Jackson. And, like that's something really cool for me. I love that. I still remember that. That was so interesting. I love that. Moving on to the first Avengers. It's an S rank. It is an S rank film. I think it's a great team up movie. I think the pacing is great. You know, the build for getting all these characters together. You know, some great comedy, some great characters. I think it's a really, really good movie. And it's one of those films where it's like, no, if you're gonna watch an MCU movie, watch the first Avengers. It is great. I think it's also one of those films where it's like helps if you the characters in it, but it's like they explain it just enough that you know Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk. The only Silver Hulk is technically the recast of Ruffalo instead of Edward Norton, but I like Hulk in this. I think Mark Ruffalo was a great version of Bruce Banner. So I can't say I'm privileged to know why they recast, but it's like I don't care. I think they're both great. Both bring another thing to the role. But yeah, Avengers. Iron Man 3. Okay, first off, leagues better than Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3, I think, has a focus. Like, it knows what it's trying. It has the story it's trying to tell, so I think its pacing is much better. I think its action is actually really decent. I can't say I read comics, so I am not as upset about the Mandarin as most people. I mean, I know the Mandarin's the sticking point, but it's like, I don't know. I think the Mandarin's fine. But like, whatever. Considering it's like the last thing we're going to see of Iron Man's story, I think it's a good conclusion for Iron Man before they with Terminator, basically a character who basically just shows up in the other movies. Like, there's not much to him, but I think it's a good conclusion to Iron Man as a character to show what he's going through. The only nitpick I have about Iron Man is I think the climax is a little too long. Because I'll say this, I think Iron Man Iron Man 3, I think it has too long of a climax. Like, its climax seems like, I don't know, like, they'll post, like, they could easily cut this climax. I think it's way too long, but it's like, it's fine. It's C tier. I don't like it more than Hulk, so it's low C tier, but C tier. Thor the Dark World. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be the outlier. I liked Thor the Dark World. I think it's better than the first Thor. Yeah. I think it's a fun movie. It's a really fun fantasy with some cool elements. I think the climax is interesting. I think Thor the Dark World's got really good comedy. And I think the credits are really cool. It's got some good pacing. This is the movie that made me realize the strengths of the Thor movies have always been Thor and Loki. It's like you need the two of them together because that scene where they're escaping Asgard is funny when you have Loki making his his non-commit quips, basically nitpicking, the planet, and then Thor basically, commenting on what everything Loki says. It's funny. Thor and Loki together work really well. And it looks nice. I think it's a really interesting film, and for the fact that The Dark World is the first time we hear about the Infinity Stones, I think it's probably the most important film in the MCU, because prior to The Dark World, the only thing we had was the Tesseract, and the Tesseract was never named an Infinity Stone. This is the film where they name drop the Infinity Stones, which it basically became, important for the rest of the film. So The Dark World is, again, the most important. So because of that, it's B tier. It is an easy B tier for me. Alright. Sorry. Moving on to Captain America, the Winter Soldier. One, easy S tier. It's better than the first Captain America. Winter Soldier has great action. I think it's really thrilling. Bucky is probably one of my favorite characters in the MCU, so I love seeing more Bucky. It's just a good time. It has some really cool credits. It's paced well. S tier. Easy S tier for me. I like it more than the first Avenger. Moving on to Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, it's the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a fun, awesome movie with a great soundtrack and a great pace and a great cast of characters, and it just has so much fun and it's interesting and just has energy to it that I just love. I love the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm one of those people who likes Guardians 1 more than Guardians 2, but I'll get to that when I get to it. But Guardians of the Galaxy, easy S tier for me. I like it more than Captain. I like it more than the Avengers. Not as much as Winter Soldier, but S tier. Easy S tier. Avengers: Age of Ultron. I mean, it's a great movie. I think it's got some great dialogue. It's got some fun characters. I mean, it's ATO alone for that party scene. That scene when they're having the party. And everything about that scene, it's just great, and it's so fun, and just seeing these characters basically interact with each other, and, it's them that basically, hanging out. It's like, I think it's so interesting. I know. It's got some good pacing. I still think it holds up. I mean, it's a little long at times, but it's like, I think the scenes that work really work, so easy A tier for me. I think this is a, top A tier. Better than Captain America, better than Iron Man. Yeah. Moving on to Ant-Man. Really like the first Ant-Man movie. I think it's a fun heist film. I think it's some great comedy. I mean, it's far up. What can go wrong? I mean, discounting the issues with the ego right stuff with my phone's going off. I'm gonna hide that. I don't need. I'm gonna hide that for right now. And as I'm dealing her, I think it's got some good characters. I like Scott. I like Hope. I like Hank. I think they got some good pacing. Look, yeah, it's a easy, I don't know, B tier. Yeah, B tier. I like it more than Sword of the Dark World. I can't say I like it more than anything that's an A, but it's like, yeah, B tier. Captain America: Civil War. I mean, what can you say about Civil War that's not, amazing? It's an S tier movie. It's got some great pacing. It's awesome. It's a great Captain America movie. Exploring, basically more about where he's at after Age of Winter Soldier. Exploring his relationship with Bucky, his relationship with Tony. Black Panther's great. Spider-Man's great. It is a great film with some great action, some funny. It's funny. It's fun. It's got some. It got perfect acting. It's a good film. The elf. I mean, the elf fight alone is basically. I mean, that scene is like 40 minutes long, and it's just so fun. It's what you want from a comic book movie. That being said, yeah, it is a 40-minute long fight scene that does end with Rhodey basically getting shot down and basically paralyzed from the waist down, so that kind of kills it, and it kind of makes you realize, yeah, this is like 40 minutes of them making jokes about Star Wars that ends with the guy getting injured, so it's like, yeah, things happen, maybe we shouldn't be joking about for 40 minutes, but it's like, I love where the film ends up. The S tier. It's better than the first. I like it more than the first Avengers. I don't think I like it more than Guardians, though. It goes right in between Guardians and Avengers, but good film. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I don't think there's a single person who hates any of the Guardians films. Guardians Volume 2 for me is. I don't think it's as good as Volume 1. Like, I think the first Guardians was better, but I still really like Guardians 2. Guardians 2 is still fun. It's still got a great soundtrack. The characters are still amazing. It's got some good pacing. There are a lot of fun scenes in it. I think it is a good time. I still think it's amazing. I like Ego's a great villain. Stuff with Yondu. I mean, it's A tier for me. It's probably top of A tier. I like it more than Age of Ultron. It's A tier. It's solid A tier. Okay, Doctor Strange. Okay, here's the thing. Doctor Strange for visuals alone is really good. Like, it's probably got some of the best visuals in any movie. Because it's like, the things they do in Doctor Strange looks amazing. It's like, I love looking at this film. The film looks amazing. But like visual aside, I like the character of Doctor Strange. I think he's really cool. Like, I think it's got some great character. I think the pacing is good. I love the climax. Like we all know the climax of Doctor Strange. I think it's great. It's the introduction of magic to the MCU, and I love what they do with the magic. I mean, I honestly think the middle part of the movie is kind of slow and it kind of drags the part, but I think the opening, the beginning of the film, and the end of the film are super tight. Like, it opens really strong and it ends really strong. Middle's just okay, but I think it works. I really like Doctor Strange. It's B tier for me. I like it more than Ant-Man. I like it more than Thor the Joke World. It's high B tier. And Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay, well, okay, I'm gonna tell you, like, I like Spider-Man Homecoming. I think it's fun. I think it's a really good Spider-Man movie. It's some good characters. I like Tom Holland's portrayal of Peter Parker / Spider-Man. I like it, and I always take Homecoming as basically the first half of basically his overall character arc, which takes place over his 3 movies. Which I'll get to when I get to the other two, when I get the Far From Home, but I like it. I think the thing with Homecoming is that this is the 6th time we've seen Spider-Man on the big screen. We've had the 3 movies from Sam Raimi, and we had the 2 Amazing Spider-Man films. So this is the 6th time we're seeing live action Spider-Man doing Spider-Man things on the big screen. So it is more of Spider-Man. And also, this is the 3rd time the character's been rebooted, and Andrew Garfield was still relatively recent at the time of Homecoming's release, because, let's be honest, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was only 2 years before Homecoming. It was 2014? This was 2016, so, and Andrew Garfield is probably the best Spider-Man we've ever got. He's not my favorite Spider-Man, that's Josh Keaton, for Spectacular, and Yelly from the video game, but as if I love Tom, I think Andrew is the better Spider-Man, but we can't, I do like Tom Holland. I think he's a good Spider-Man. I think he brings a fun energy to the character. And it's like, there are good things in Homecoming. I love what the homemade, I love the look of the homemade suit. I love the relationship between Peter and Tony. I love the Captain America cameo and it's basically cemented Chris Evans basically the cameo guy. It's like, oh, we need an Avengers cameo, call Chris Evans. And I love that because the end credit is literally so, I'm here to talk to you about Patriots. Like, that is so funny. I love that. It's like, and there's some great things. It's funny. It's got some great pacing. I think it's a really good film. It's like, if you take Spider-Man out of it, because, like, I still think it's a solid movie for the MCU, it's B tier for me. I like it. I do like it more than Ant-Man. I don't think I like it more than Doctor Strange, but yeah, B tier. Alright. Thor Ragnarok! Let's go with Thor Ragnarok. I mean, it's Thor Ragnarok. It's a fun movie with some really good humor. The action is great. I love the stuff with Hulk and Thor. It's got some great pacing. The credits look really cool. Its soundtrack is amazing. Taika Waititi is a great director for the Thor movies. Like, it looks so nice. It's fun. Thor Ragnarok is basically the film that made me realize the true strength of the movies is the relationship between Thor and Loki. Like, the strength of these films and the heart of the film is Thor and Loki, which I'll get to when we get to Thor Love and Thunder. But Ragnarok? Solid A movie. It is a solid A. I like it more than Captain America. I don't think I like it as much as Avengers Age of Ultron, so I'll put it right after Age of Ultron. In A tier. Alright. Black Panther. Black Panther's got great pacing, and I love the characters. I think the characters in this film are great. The action is good. There's some really good action. Africa looks beautiful. I love the look of this film. Africa is a beautiful country. I love Africa. And I'm gonna say this, comedy is really good. There's some good comedy in it. I know people always say Black Panther is the one where there's no comedy in it. There is. T'Challa does have funny lines. He's just not a quip guy. It is not Tony Stark basically quipping, or like any of the other guys basically, wanting, 5 quips. But T'Challa has funny lines, and they are really funny. It's understated humor, and that's what makes it funny. But like, it's a solid movie. It works. I think it's really well done. This is easy B tier. I can't say I like it more than anything in A, but I think I like it more than Doctor Strange, so high B. It's a high B tier movie. Alright, time for the big one. Avengers Infinity War. Alright, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's an S tier. It is an S tier movie. It is perfectly paced. Every single character gets something to do. The comedy is fun. The excellent action. It is a culmination of basically 10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is so perfectly paced, so perfectly executed. It is a perfect movie. High S tier. This is high S tier. Avengers Endgame is also S tier. Endgame is a perfect conclusion to basically everything we've been doing up to that point. It's got really, really strong drama. It's got great characters. The climax, my god, the climax is great. The ending of Endgame with every single character showing up and fighting Thanos' army. What we've been waiting 10 years for, basically everyone doing something, in their own way. It's so good. The time heist is great. The humor is hilarious. It's perfect pacing. It's all on a perfect film. The credits are a perfect send-off. I love how the credits basically give every single character basically their own time, from Robert Downey Jr. to Chris Evans to Chris Hemsworth to Mark Ruffalo to Scarlett Johansson to Jeremy Renner to anyone who's been in these movies. It just shows how many actors have been in the MCU, and I love the fact that they do that in the credits. It's so perfectly paced. It is S tier. It is right behind Infinity War. They're a perfect movie. They're absolutely amazing. Captain Marvel. Alright. I'm gonna have to be really careful here, because I know I'm gonna have to be really careful here. Okay, it is weird that Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, so if you're watching in chronological order, it's like the second film. And you don't see Captain Marvel again until way after Infinity War. It's like, what was she doing for like all these years? And all these years, it's just, like one of those things that's like, oh, okay, that's a thing. I think the side characters are really fun. I love Nick Fury. I love Captain Rambo. Goose is. I get. There's some poor lighting in it. There's some fight scenes, particularly at the beginning, where I cannot see what's going on because there's such poor lighting. And like, I get what they were going for with Captain Marvel. I get it. I totally get it. I don't blame Brie Larson for this, because I think she's a fine actress. Clearly, it was a choice, because Carol Danvers is supposed to be lost because she had no memory, so she's supposed to kind of look confused and out of it, but it does. I don't know, it just comes across as kind of, hard to watch, because it's not that engaging. Like, when you look at other origin stories like Iron Man or Captain America or anything, they're more engaging to watch. There's not really a lot of charisma with Carol Danvers, and I get that's the point. That is totally the point. I get what they're going for with the film, but it just comes because of a really generic origin story with not much. But I don't know, it's a C film for me. I don't think it's better than Iron Man 3, so it's a low C tier. I guess not the worst, but yeah. Okay. Ant-Man and the Wasp. One, I think it's better than the first Ant-Man. It is so funny. It's a fun movie. It's funny. The characters are great. I love the climax. I think it's the best car chase in the MCU. That's that car chase at the end where they'll shrink in the cars, they grow in the cars, trying to get the lab and everything. It's just such a fun climax. I love that car chase. I think it's funny. There's some great hugs. I love the characters. It's got some great credits. I think it's really fun. It's easy A tier. It's not better than Guardians 2, but it's better than Age of Ultron. So yeah, A tier, solid A tier. Spider-Man: Far From Home. One, it's better than Homecoming because I see how Far From Home is basically an inverse of Homecoming. While Homecoming was about Peter wanting to basically be Spider-Man and prove himself as Spider-Man, now we're in a film where he wants to step away from Spider-Man and he wants to focus on Peter Parker, but Spider-Man keeps...
Okay, I think I'll have this up quick. I think my headphones are dying. Alright, so Far From Home, great film. I love it. I think it's a great, continuation of Peter's story. Solid A tier. I don't think it's better than Guardians 2. Better than a lot. A tier. Okay, Black Widow. It is C tier. I think it's better than Captain Marvel. I don't think it's better than Iron Man 3. I like the family. I like Elena, Greg Gilligan, and Melina. There's a way the Taskmaster, that being said, I only know Taskmaster from the Spider-Man video game. And I think you could have more on him, but whatever. I think the comic's a little too long, but it is a story, so C tier. Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings, A tier. I think it's a solid film. I love the martial arts in it. I think it's fun. I think it's a really fun movie. I like the cast. I love the fantasy element of it. I think the fantasy element is great. China looks beautiful. Pacing is good. It might be too long, but I love the fighting. Solid A tier. I don't like it with the Thor, but I like it better than Captain America. The Eternals. Well, I think it's some good action. I like the cast. I think it's okay. I think it's probably half an hour too long. This film is 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I think they could easily shave half an hour off of it. I think it's trying way too hard. I think it's Marvel trying way too hard to be DC. I don't think it works. It's an interesting experiment. I like it. There's some really nice cinematography, but you can't see it because I think the film started way too dark. It is a D tier for me. But yeah, I'll talk more about the Eternals probably in a couple of weeks because I have an idea about how you gotta fix the Eternals. But there's that. Spider-Man: No Way Home. It's a tier movie. I think it's the best thing Marvel ever made. It's perfect. I think I love everything about it. It's the perfect endpoint for Spidey's character from where he was from Homecoming to No Way Home. Basically shows exactly what it's get. It's paced perfectly. The characters are perfect. There's some beautiful action. It's probably the best Spider-Man movie we've ever gotten. It's the best Marvel movie. Easy top tier S movie. Better than Infinity War. Multiverse of Madness, I think it's a really fun movie with some great visuals, some really cool shots. You get Sam Raimi, he's going to Sam Raimi. I think the Easter eggs are really fun. I love seeing Patrick Stewart's Children of Xavier again. I love Captain Carter, Black Widow, the Inhuman. Seeing the fan casting of John Krasinski and Reed Richards is really cool. Page is really fun. They explain enough about, where Wanda's coming from that you don't have to see a WandaVision. That being said, where the heck is Vision? Because it makes no sense that Vision's not a Wanda planet at all, even though we know there's another Vision out there, but whatever. A tier. I don't think it's better than Iron Man, but it's better than anything B. So, low A tier. Thor: Love and Thunder. I liked it for the most part. I don't think it's as funny as Ragnarok, but I still think there's some good humor. I think the soundtrack is great. I think everything goes on a little too long, but I still think it's a good film. I think there's some good development for Thor based on everything that the kid has been throwing at for, everything, all past movies. And I'll say this, without Loki, I don't think the film is as funny, because as I said the last few times, Thor and Loki together are what makes these films. Loki's banter with Thor is what makes these movies so funny. It's basically Tom Hiddleston and Chris Hemsworth working off each other that makes the films work, and without that, the film is lacking. C tier. I don't like him. I don't like it much as the Dark World, but I like it more than the original Thor with the high. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Okay, first off, I like P. Chadwick Boseman. Knowing this film was in production, probably had a bunch of production issues because Chadwick Boseman passed and they were working on it, probably does not help the film, but I do like the fact that his death does not impact, the story they tell, and I like the fact that they didn't recast T'Challa or, use CGI to basically put him in the film, I think is a smart move. I like the cast. I like the visuals. I like the underwater stuff. Second film that year that had blue people in underwater scene, but whatever. Soundtrack is good. I think I think some of the soundtrack's a little bit too much like a ringtone, because I was watching it like, my phone going off? No, that's the movie. It was weird, but whatever. It's really solemn. I think it has some good pacing, some good action. I don't like it as much as the first Black Panther, so B tier. I don't think it's good anything else other than B, so it's a low B, but whatever. Okay, moving on to last year. Ant-Man Quantumania. I like Quantumania. I think Quantumania was really funny. I think it's probably one of the best looking films we've had in a while. I love the look of Quantumania. The look of the Quantum Realm is some of the most, beautiful we've ever seen. I think it looks truly stunning. It kind of looks like an anime. It's like, yeah, I think it's really entertaining. There's some fun characters. I don't think the ending is that good, because I think the ending would have been stronger if they didn't come back from the Quantum Realm, but that's just me. Outside of Loki, this is the first introduction we've had to Kang, and I like Kang the Conqueror. I think he's going to be a good new threat. Well, he would have been if one of the end. We'll see what they have in, although, considering what happened with that actor, we'll see what happens with the recast. But I like Quantumania. I don't think it's as good as the first Ant-Man, but I like it better than the first Ant-Man, so B tier. I mean, I'll put it. It's not as good as Homecoming, but better than the first Ant-Man, so B. Guardians Volume 3. I really like Guardians Volume 3. I think it's a really fun movie with some great action. That hallway fight scene is one of the best action scenes. I love that scene. It's so gorgeously shot. It's so fun. It feels like a video game fight to me, like just watching them fight. I love that fight scene. I love the characters. It's, again, another great soundtrack. I think it's really fun. There's some good heart. I think it's a great ending for the Guardian and also for James Gunn as Butler, because he's done. And they don't kill any of the Guardians off, so if they have to bring him back in most likely the next Avengers movie, they can. I doubt James Gunn is coming back, because I think he's not the head of DC, but it's like, hey, if they want to bring back Star-Lord, they can bring back Star-Lord. Like, hey, something that happened in Secret Wars, hey, if they need them for the next Kang fight, Star-Lord, Nebula, they can all come back. None of the cases technically get killed off. Or they get cameo, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that cast is done. I don't know what Chris Pratt is doing. Well, Chris Pratt will be game for it. Chris Pratt. Whatever. It's A tier. I like it better than the first Guardians. I'm the person who thinks of Guardians 3, Guardians 1, Guardians 2. So, better than the first Guardians. I don't think I'll like it as good as Winter Soldier, but it's still high S tier. It is an S tier movie. And now we get to the last one at the time of this video going up. It's The Marvels, the first one that technically bombed the box office. I think it's a decent pace. Kamala Khan is clearly the best character in the movies, which is obvious because she's clearly carrying the film on her back. I think Carol's a much better character than the first film. Like, you can tell it's like, oh no, she had an expression in that film. Like, Brie Larson is getting a much better performance. Like, I don't blame her for the first film, but I do like her performance better than this one. Like, there was the teeth. I knew they were coming. I don't know what that end credits thing is supposed to be. We're seeing the X-Men, so maybe we'll finally get X-Men this, but whatever. You can tell this film was not supposed to be an hour 40 because there are obvious cuts in like every scene. It's like that scene when they were on the planet and they're technically fighting and then they're meeting makeup. Like, that scene was like 10 minutes longer and they cut it. You can tell there are scenes that are cut. And like, I don't need movies to be over 2 hours long. I think that's overdone. I'm okay with a movie being an hour 40. But if you got cut stuff, just leave it in. It makes the film look really rushed. It looks weird. It's like, this film could have been 2 hours. I don't know why they don't. This one had to be an hour 40. It's like, but whatever. I like it. I like it more than the first Captain Marvel. I don't think I like it more than Black Widow, so it's a C tier. And there we go. I mean, Deadpool Wolverine comes out next week, so that's the next Marvel movie, and we know we have Captain America 4 coming out, and the Thunderbolts, but that's it for the MCU, so let's go over basically my tier list one last time. In F tier, Spider-Man No Way Home, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America Civil War, The Avengers. In A tier, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Far From Home, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers Age of Ultron, Thor Ragnarok, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Captain America the First Avenger, Iron Man, Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness. In B tier, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming, Ant-Man Quantumania, Ant-Man, Thor the Dark World, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. In C tier, Thor Love and Thunder, Thor, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 3, Black Widow, The Marvels, Captain Marvel. In D, The Eternals, and all the way down here in E is Iron Man 2. The worst film for me is Iron Man 2, the best film is Spider-Man No Way Home. And that is my tier list for the MCU. Maybe someday I'll go back and I'll rank the Disney Plus shows. I'll probably do another tier list eventually. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for listening. Remember to like and share this podcast around, and leave a comment if you like this video. Remember to like and follow all my social media. They're in the description down below. Remember, no gatekeeping. We don't gatekeep in this community. If you like something, you're a fan of it, don't let people tell you otherwise. And remember, when people ask you what fangirl do you listen to, it is That Canadian Fangirl. With Canadian Fangirl, That Canadian Fangirl. Alright, later, peoples.